Alright guys, and welcome to another video. So, like me, you've probably gone through YouTube and seen these absolutely bonkers videos of Oblivion with over 200 mods. That's, they've been modded into Oblivion and they look stunning. And then you try and do it yourself and you end up spending more time actually modding the game than actually playing the game, and then it ends up just crashing anyway. Well, what if you could just use one very simple installer, download an immense amount of mods, make a game look absolutely stunning without any effort or any difficulty? Well, actually you can now with this little utility called the Wobblejack, and I'm going to be showing you how to install the Heartland mod pack for Oblivion, and that's what's going to make the game look like the footage in the background right now absolutely stunning. Now, there is a little bit of faffing about to do, but it's nowhere near as difficult as it would be downloading all these mods manually. So the first thing you want to do is get a totally fresh install of Oblivion. Now, if you've been modding and messing about, just uninstalling it on Steam won't work because the cloud will automatically restore all the files that were, in your game directory. So you go to Properties, browse your local files, and what you're going to do is just actually manually delete everything in the file. So you press Control-A and press Delete. Obviously, I'm not going to do that. And then, get it all deleted and then uninstall it on Steam by obviously right-clicking, Manage, and Uninstall. Now, some of the mod packs on here do require you to have a separate Steam library. This is because when Oblivion is in the default location, it's in a protected file because it's in like Windows files. So sometimes you have to put it onto a second hard drive, or you have to use a tool, which I'll link in the description down below, to make a different Steam library on your current drive. Right, next step, you're going to download the actual Wobblejack tool, so just download it, and then open it once it's downloaded. It's going to download as an executable file. You just run it, and then it's going to download the files normally into your downloads folder. And what you're going to do is actually move these. What you want to do is make a folder on your C drive, like before going into any other files, like on your main hard drive, so that it's not in any other directory. Call it Wobblejack, and then move all the folders that you downloaded into this folder. Then you're going to do the exact same for Heartland, so you're going to make a folder called Heartland on your C drive as well. Then what you do is you open Wobblejack, going to go to Browse Mod Lists, and you'll have to search for Oblivion up here in the little drop-down menu. You've also got Through the Valleys, which is more of a game overhaul one, which you can check out too. Then all you have to do is press the play button on Heartland, and then this web page opens, which is rather irritating, but you just go back to Wobblejack, and as you can see, so with your installation location, you're going to select the Heartland folder that you made, just there, select folder, and then in the Heartland folder, you're going to make another folder. Well, it'll automatically make it for you, but it's just going to make a downloads folder in there. So, and then you just press Start. Okay, what happens now is it's going to take you to an install menu where it's going to download all of the mods. Now, the thing is, if you're not a premium member of a Nexus, which by the way costs £2.50, then you're going to have to press the download button for every single mod individually. I did this the hard way, and it took nearly 2.5 hours. Okay, that's kind of like the catch if you're not a premium member of the Nexus. If you're a premium member of the Nexus, you press one button, you leave it, and it'll just download a total of 18 gig, by the way, so the download will take quite a long time anyway. But my advice, basically, what I'm trying to say is just pay that £2.50 because, oh my god, it was so annoying pressing the, download links individually. But if you don't want to, then yeah, you can do it the hard way like I did too. Now, the issue I ran into was I got an installation failed, notification here. That was because E and B failed to install. All I had to do is, whenever, you get this issue, what you do is you manually download the mod that it's trying to download where it had an issue with, put that into the downloads folder, and then restart the launcher, the installation, everything, and it will just work perfectly fine. And then at the end of this, you'll have all your archives downloaded, and then it's also going to automatically extract them. And then your big downloads folder for Heartland should look like this. Now, this is where it's been downloaded to. This is the downloads folder, all of it unextracted, but then Wobblejack will then extract it into this folder. The next step is to just get the game folder files, copy and paste everything in here, very simply, to your Oblivion directory. So I've got my Oblivion directory here, right click and just paste. Then what you're going to do is you're going to launch Mod Organizer. And we're going to launch Boss inside Mod Organizer. Alright, so here it is. So you go down to the drop down menu, you select Boss, and then you're going to run it. And then all you do here is, everything's fine there, you literally change none of the settings at all, and you just run Boss again, let that do its magic, and this is basically installing the mod. Then you're going to click a link in the description of this video called the Boss List. You just download that from this Google Drive document here. And then all we're going to do is paste this into the Boss folder, which is in the Heartland folder. In Heartland, then Tools, then Boss, Bin, Release 64, Oblivion, and then here, we'll just paste it here in the Oblivion folder, like this. Then we're going to go to this Tools folder again, and we're going to hit the Oblivion RAM optimization. So this is the 4GB patch. The game will not run without this. All you have to do is launch the patch, then get your Oblivion exe file here, but then also the Oblivion launcher. You just press open and it's going to patch it. Press OK, there you go, Bob's your uncle. This just allows your game to utilize more RAM basically so it doesn't crash. And that, very simply, that's it guys, that's all you have to do. Much simpler install process. No messing about or anything like that. Remember to always launch the game in Mod Organizer and not from Steam or anything, but make sure to have Steam launched as well. And then I will leave a link in the description as well for the install instructions for you to follow along rather than, while you're following this video. But also, there's like options that you can have, like I'll show you now. So like you can have Dynafied UI for instance, and there's instructions on how to get Dynafied UI working instead, or different mod optionals that you can have, and then how to add certain mods that you want as well. There's also a little guide here. This is something that I've done. It may improve with your performance. I didn't really notice that much of a difference, but this changes how the game is going to use your CPU cores. You can give that a go. The best thing I did to improve my performance, guys, was to go into the settings and just turn the graphics down. And then what you do is, in fact, I'll show some footage in the background right now. So what you do is you change your settings, then go into the game, and then hit the console key and type save ini, and then that'll save your settings, because sometimes Oblivion crashes when you exit it, and then it doesn't actually save your settings. It might not do, but it might. So I then just reset the game with like the graphics turned down, for instance, shadows turned down, or anti-aliasing turned from HDR to like ×4 or something. It will make the game not look as bonkers as it does in these ridiculous videos, but it will make it actually run if you're having issues with the game running. But anyway guys, that's going to be the end of the video there. My name is the Night Goblin. Ciao.